Uh-oh, it's up. It's streaming. And we have chat.
If you hum a song,
What? Who hum?
I know if you sing, but if you hum a song,
Yeah.
is that still copyright?
I don't know. I'm not a copyright law infringement
Law.
expert on the YouTube.
Not a law, man.
I don't know.
Get,
We're here though. That's all I
get
know.
the law.
Okay.
Ain't room.
Happy Monday.
Probably. That might be.
Yeah, we're a little late. But you know what? It's Monday. Yeah. You know what I think? You know who I emulate the most? I think.
Emulate?
Who I love? David Letterman. Love him. Good guy. Good guy. Like this show. Although
Show?
Jon Stewart's got a show coming back.
Show?
That's pretty cool. Have to check that out. Promos for it look pretty funny. But it is Monday. Corey and Mike back with you guys. We're gonna go do it in 10 seconds. You got a timer going by the way?
Is there one on here? Like,
There's
built
one on
in?
this. There's one on the screen, I think. I'm gonna say
I mean, yeah, you can do that.
5 seconds. 4, 3.
Soon.
Hey everybody. Welcome. Welcome, not your average
Just
show.
cutting off hairs like that.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
What happened? What did I do?
Nothing.
Okay. Welcome, guys. September 27th, 2021. Mike and Corey with you back in the studio here on this Monday. We have a powerful show for you on basically,
Powerful.
well, I'll say, well, with the exception of a celebrity that's going to take the ride on a rocket, we've got a lot of EV stuff because this is just what came up in the news cycle.
And it's, yeah, there's cool
Yeah.
stuff in here.
Yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. We're going to be talking about the Aurora, which is an instant classic EV. Looks great. We'll talk
is
about it
very
later.
cool, yeah.
We got Captain Kirk is going to space.
Hell yeah,
no
Captain
joke.
Kirk going to space.
Bones, I'm going. To space.
Bones.
Yeah.
Going.
And actually,
Orbit.
there's a funny video out on YouTube right now of him looking at people doing impressions of him, of Shatner looking at people doing Kirk, and it's actually pretty good. You might want to check that out. Maybe we should put that link in the description below. We got the new Corvette Z06. They finally released some images on it. No horsepower numbers, but we're going to take a look at that because obviously that thing's going to try to go racing. Then we have Rivian membership. Rivian, right? We figured that's Rivian membership privileges. There's a membership program for the owners, and then Ken Block has some news about him going straight over to Audi. So that's going to be pretty cool. Hey, Corey, what's going on with you, brother?
Good, man. I'm looking for that React video you told me I should put in there.
Oh, you know what?
React
It's in our signal, and I'll send it to you afterwards.
Oh, already.
So-
We'll put it up later.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's actually him. Shatner's apparently a pretty good guy. He's going to be 90, so he does have a lot of people have done impressions of him. He's an impressionable guy, right? I guess. How are you, by the way?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, doing well. Yeah, trying to keep cool, trying to do stuff at home, painting some rooms, doing stuff. Yeah, so good, doing good.
Nice, excellent. Yeah, trying to keep cool in Florida at the end of September is still a challenge because our average daily temperatures reach about 85 degrees. It's still gorgeous out.
Yeah.
You know, you can play golf and do stuff, but it's still a little warm for outside activities. So there's that.
Where's that hurricane going? If you're watching this now, the current hurricane is Hurricane Sam,
Hurricane Sam,
and we're keeping track of him.
I think is going out in the middle of the Atlantic.
Cat 4 gonna take a northerly stroll. That's perfect.
You know what that means? I mean, it might be
I haven't looked lately.
an
but there you go.
afternoon at the beach on Saturday, grabbing a boogie board with some high surf conditions if it's out there sitting in the Atlantic off the coast.
Super heat.
Oh, no, he's way too far away. He's far.
We'll see.
Far.
We'll see.
He's in a galaxy far away.
in an Atlantic far away.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we discussed the order. Well, we discussed who's going to do what. So it looks like I think we said we're going to lead off with the top story being Mr. Kirk doing something. So I'm going to take the floor here. This one comes to you via the New York Post, and it's worth mentioning because obviously when Jeff Bezos decided that he was going to make his famous trip into space, he decided to take Wally Funk with him, making her the oldest human ever to go to space at 82 years old. Right? So that's one thing. The other part of it is that in order to continue the blossoming relationship in PR events, something's got to drum up support for the next start of what should we call them? Astronauts, because we know the FAA is not going to qualify them as astronauts because they're not contributing to anything in the dimension of space and the exploration of space. However, we do have this from the New York Post. Hey, man, if the Enterprise wouldn't take him into space, William Shatner, a.k.a. Captain Kirk, is going to be going on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket ship. And it says here in the article, which is pretty interesting, that he's going to be going for the 15-minute flight sometime in October. They haven't given up any other details.
Yep.
Just the fact that, hey, here's the thing. Okay. If we're talking about astronauts, we're talking about, tourists in space, and you're talking about people that are deservedly so about going into space, it's Kirk, and he's going to boldly go where no man's gone before, at least for 15 minutes.
Exactly. He's gonna hit engage at 15 minutes. So he's gonna go up to low Earth orbit.
Yeah.
On a Blue Origin's rocket. That would actually make him surpass Wally Funk as the oldest space. We'll see when and if, of course, schedules change or who knows what. But yeah, if he goes, he will then be the oldest person in space. So cool.
Yeah, I have
sweet.
I have an ideology of a skit in my mind, though. The way this looks is like Kirk gets in the actual, the capsule, and is like, this isn't the right chair.
Oh my gosh, dude!
He tries to swivel.
Dude.
He's like, this doesn't work.
Dude. An SNL skit about
I know.
this.
It's
gonna be gold.
It's gonna be fantastic.
He'll be up there floating.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
James T. Kirk.
This isn't my chair.
This is
Where's Uhura?
Right? Set phasers to stun, so there's no phasers on here.
What? No, we're just no. Taking away team.
Yeah, so look, not to take anything away from the guy because I'm jealous.
Awesome.
Okay, number one, he's still going to go 66.5 miles above the Earth in the new Shepherd. He did release a statement that he said, basically, I want to thank the Amazon employee and every Amazon customer because you guys. Oh no, this was Bezos.
This was
paid
Bezos,
for all
yeah.
this. Bezos said.
Bezos.
So when he came back from his trip, right? But the thing is, look, as one of the oldest surviving cast members, which he is from the Star Trek era, right?
Yep.
And we all know that he's
OG.
He's slightly controversial in some of his things that he's done in the past, as far as his singing of Rocket Man and those interpretations. But he is, I guess, in the annals of space, he's an iconic sci-fi figure that we all, I guess, cherish and beloved at some point, or maybe even hate him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably divisive, but the point being, Kirk.
That's
for real.
Why does that sit so well with me? That's such a cool thing. I'm just excited. You know what? I'm excited for the guy.
Yeah, I'm sure. What do you guys think in the comments? Right, let us know. Now that we've let the cat out of the bag. William Shatner going to orbit, going to low Earth orbit with on Blue Origin here in October. Pretty cool. Hey, let us know what you think. Another celebrity person going up. Obviously, the ticket of prices is still pretty high, but
I mean,
it is what it is
the average
space
ticket
right
price
now, right?
Right? Is it still like $22 million or something like that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. I have to look it up.
Boldly go where no man's gone before.
Which company you're going with, and
I wonder if they're going to do a thing where he does the narration before the actual live stream goes over, with him actually doing the narration.
There's so much potential.
Oh yeah.
So much potential for this.
So much for that. All right, guys, let us know in the comments below what you think. We just wanted to share that one with you, just on a personal note of, obviously, with the relationship to space, but the new passengers, or as we call them, pastronauts here on the show, doing their thing. And let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you get a chance, hit that like and subscribe. We appreciate all the support on the channel here. And thanks again for tuning in. So there's that one. I think it's so cool.
It's great. It's good. It's
awesome.
good. It's good fun.
So, all right. You got the helm next, and you could either take your Corvette or
I'll do Rivian.
The Rivian. Okay, hold on 1
that.
second. We'll get this one prepared for you. And Corey's going to talk to you guys really quickly. I'll let him introduce the subject, and away he goes.
Cool. Welcome. This next subject is exactly as it said. So it talks about the Rivian membership. So basically, if you guys have just previous show, we were talking about the Rivian electric truck coming. It's the R1T. We did a segment on that a few shows ago. This is putting a little bit more spotlight on the Rivian experience, or the Rivian membership. It's something we didn't talk about. I kind of knew about it, but I wanted to kind of look at it a little more and bring it to you here. So this one's from Motor Biscuit. It just says the Rivian membership program is amazing. Tesla and F-150 Lightning. Are you jealous? And so okay, so what does that really mean? So I'll just kind of read down some of the things. So what are the benefits? Going through some of the benefits, basically it talks about that if it's no cost membership for unlimited charging via Rivian's charging network, which they're putting in still. It's not fully up, and it's not excuse me, it's not quite as far reaching as other networks that do
Mhm.
charging.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some public ones. Obviously, Tesla has supercharging network and all that. But if you didn't know, Rivian's putting in their own charging network, and this is what that's talking about. So it's called the Rivian Adventure Network and Rivian Waypoint chargers. It also offers Rivian off-road assistance,
Ooh.
and basically that's talking about well, basically saying that if you get stranded somewhere on a trail, they can come get you. They will send a vehicle out to get you.
Yep.
Also, if you run out of electricity or power out on the trail, they'll also come get you.
Not nice. That's
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
They also talk about, and that's called adventure extraction. So that's if they need to come get you when you're out somewhere.
Right.
Charge assistance is the one where I just mentioned, where if you're out of battery power, they'll come help you out with that as well. They offer unlimited access to 4G LTE, which is built into the vehicle, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, some Tesla owners, if you talk to them, you know, if they had a later version of the Tesla cars, you need to pay for activity. So that's good. This is included. They also something else that's a little bit interesting that is kind of unique for a truck, right? They talk about something called Rivian-led experiences. And basically, they talk about gatherings and unique experiences for Rivian members, and they actually be put on and guided by Rivian employees, or however they're going to do that. But it'll be something that's kind of a guided thing, which is pretty cool. They also say in their vein for having sustainable resources and all that, say for every mile Rivian members drive in this program, Rivian will match with renewable energy sources such as wind and solar. Cool. And then they'll also host educational programs, stewardship meetups for Rivian members, and then also some children experiences. That's to be seen what that is.
Okay.
And then I'll pass it to you here in just a second, but basically the next thing, of course, everybody wants to know, right? How much does it cost? Great. Well, currently it says they're kicking off with anybody who's buying a car, a truck. Right now it's free. It's included. And there's nothing we know right now of how much it will cost eventually. So, you know, a bit of an enigma there as far as, you know, what kind of value we could maybe assess what they're putting on it. We don't know. We'll see. But some of the certainly the few free things for people who want to explore in their truck, charging, and then somebody to come get you if you have issues. Those two are pretty big.
Sure.
So what do you think,
like
man?
AAA.
It's pretty cool.
I wonder. So here's the thing for me, right? So we covered this a while back ago. I think about some battery packs that might be used on the road traveling, and I wonder if they're going to use those type things for rescuing these vehicles.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number two. The other part of it is that, look, social messaging and marketing right now makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Right. And if you could establish yourself, first of all, the fact that they're still delivering to customers before everybody else is one thing. Number two, the fact that they're going to include these to basically give you their own internal structure and social messaging saying, hey, we're going to do things for you as a customer, which is great. But the two big ones, I think, are the off-road assistance, or roadside assistance, or adventure extraction.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, does that mean if you go out and take this thing into dunes and you roll it over?
I don't know. We don't know what that really means.
Yeah, I know. I mean, are they coming to be like, hey, we'll just tip you over and you be on your way because there you go.
Awesome.
Or, you know, because I've seen that there's actually a popular YouTube channel about guys that go out and they rescue people that go out, I think, in the Moab Desert or someplace else, and they have a successful channel. But to me, I think this goes to show you how hotly contested the marketplace will be for the next level of electric trucks in this country. It's not going to be as easy as a Ford 150 choice, because suddenly just being electric in a Ford F-150 it might not cut it. And obviously the Cybertruck has enough impact right now where people are like, hey, we need to stand out, right?
And it's interesting, the Rivian R1T, if you guys are also wondering, basically, if you come tune in, starting about 75,000. You can just head over to the website. The link's down below if you want to know more about it. I've got the link to the memberships also on that website as well. You can get a nice map of where all the chargers are. There's a bunch of info there, of course. But it is, and actually, you mentioned Lightning just a second ago, man, and I ran into somebody just in my daily stuff I was doing. Nothing's left. Buying a F-150 Lightning, and I got talking to that, and it was interesting. Obviously, brand loyalty comes in here some, but also some a little bit younger, I might say, are looking at again. Also, what actually comes with this, and Rivian is kind of taking the lead here.
So I have a question for you.
Kind of cool.
Here you go. I turn around, I stroll up to you, and I say, okay, you could have the top of the line Rivian, or you could have the top of the line Cybertruck.
Yep.
Or you could have the top of the line Ford F-150 given to you right now, but you get all the services that come with it, meaning you get access to the Tesla self-driving network, so on and so forth. Not self-driving, these the charger network, and all that.
Either or, Rivians or Teslas, or
Yes,
yeah,
you get where you. So which one would be? Because I know brand loyalty for you would be Tesla.
sure, just on one liner brand loyalty. I have a Model 3. We're pretty happy with it. But I mean, Rivian's pretty interesting right now, man. It's got a lot of the explorer kind of outdoorsy kind of things that you have to go check out on their website. Whether you can get like things built into the actual body of the car, the
Right. Yeah.
truck,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you pull it out, and it's really
Sure.
good for exploring. Um, it's there's a tri-motor model. This tri-modal Cybertruck still coming at some point. I am interested in that in the hands of actual reviewers, like the actual production version.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can, that Rivian, again, as we mentioned, is got cars going, or trucks going out the door to actual customers. You can see, you can see what it is. We
So-
don't have a like tri-motor Cybertruck like.
You're going a long way to not
know?
answering the question. Would you go?
I don't know.
Okay, so
No, that's the answer. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
see now the
I
thing
don't
is
know
for
enough
me,
about Cybertruck.
I
so-
think I would go Cybertruck because I'm intoxicated by the performance, the 0 to 60 of the Cybertruck,
Sure.
and all the other things. I don't know if I'd ever use them, and I think the Cybertruck's going to be a pretty handily good off-roader, right? I think it's going to have the
Hope so. I think so. Yeah.
overall, right?
Tons
And
of torque, sure. But I mean, ground clearance. There's other things we talked about. The other off-roady car we looked at
Canoe, was it Canoe?
was the one that went 4,000 miles.
Oh, that one. The I forget the name. We just did it the other day.
Oh man. But that one, it has things like really low overhang in the front. Those
Right.
things like consciously looked at for off-road performance.
Right.
And I like I said, I just don't know enough about the production version of Cybertruck to say.
Okay.
I would lean towards Cybertruck again, like a little bit of loyalty there. Obviously, I think if you're in on Cybertruck early, you'll probably get free charging as well, which is valid.
Fair enough.
And the Cybertruck's gonna have pretty good range,
Right.
which good for road trips. Then you'd really get the use out of this supercharged network.
So here's the
yeah.
other thing, though. The Rivian, right, will still give you, and I keep doing that. It's like Jobby, Joby, Rivian.
Yeah,
Those two will endlessly be screwed up in my head, so don't worry about that. But the other part of it is that at that level, the Rivian will still give you the tax deduction, right?
Oh yeah.
Where Tesla, you won't be able to get that with certain models still. So I guess the thing for me is the discussion continues, but
Yeah,
this is going to be
it's-
hotly contested.
It's a bit. There's a lot. You'd have to do the whole positive negative list because
Yep.
they're not. It's not so cookie cutter anymore, especially Rivian throwing these extra benefits that are pretty interesting.
Big Bennies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But cool. Yeah. So, if you like what we talk about, lace kind of stuff with electric cars and trucks and aviation stuff as well, and obviously do space rocket launches, please hit the like, share, subscribe down below. It helps us out very much. Don't forget to hit the bell, and you'll keep track of when we actually go live and post new stuff. And you can participate in the live streams like now because we appreciate you guys, some back and forth and having new ideas. So
There you go.
thanks.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
everybody. Okay. This next one is actually really quick. There's not a super lot to discuss, but it actually makes an impact it makes an impact because I think this one lands with the residing what the hell happened kind of deal. And I'll just take it from there. So here's the deal. If you guys follow what basically happened in the development of the Mustang Mach-E and the fact that Ken Block has been in the leadership of developing the Hoonigan brand and everything that goes on inside of basically his driving videos, the shape of what he feels is the excitement of the driving culture in a very, very, very extreme sense. Ken Block states that you could just look at the man, and after watching some of his videos and seeing his interactions, that's what he's all about. And here's the thing that's really interesting. For Ken to walk away from a brand like Ford, which has basically been his staple, provider, I guess even before the Subaru days, but Ford has been basically alongside his journey into probably his greatest growth. Well, guess what? Ken Block, of all things, he turned around and said that relationship with Ford is no longer, it's not. It's gone. Ken Block is signed with Audi to help develop electric cars.
Yep.
And maybe Ken just didn't feel like anything else was that important, but basically he said, and this is from him, Audi is the brand that ignited my passion for motorsports. He said, I'm extremely excited to start this chapter together. We will develop innovative projects and push the boundaries of electric mobility. In anticipation of that, he actually paid a visit to the Audi HQ and he looked at the Audi Sport Quattro S1 and the DTM Audi V8 Quattro and a couple other the Grand Vision Turismo, right? And then lastly, he said it's all about performance. I love anything that makes me go faster. Electric cars can do that.
Yep.
And as far as sound goes, I have kids who don't care about that. So they don't think the sound of electric cars is just as cool as the sound of internal combustion engine. They think that. All right, so here's the thing. And lastly, he said that electrification is a game changer. But this is a game changer because basically in public culture, or actually I'd say pop culture right now, Gymkhana is basically it. When a new video comes out, that thing garners like 5 million views in a week, and everybody gets excited for it. And it's just going to be interesting to see what it's going to be, or what Audi model is selected to help him do his activities, or if it's something that's going to be all brand new with his name on it. But it's amazing to see that is where he's ended up. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, kind of said everything I had in mind.
Oh,
And
sorry.
block all the videos. No. All the videos that Mike's mentioned are on there. All the Hoonigan videos and all the builds he does, special builds just for those performances, are
Oh yeah.
very interesting as far as the gearheads are concerned, if you're into that kind of stuff. And as he's mentioned himself too, he's always interested in whatever the next, like whatever can make him go faster. And so when you see his builds, whether it's totally stripping everything off of a car, if it's an old Mustang, it's like completely naked inside, nothing in there. It's pure about performance, and that's quite appealing. But to say, as you said, like, I'm gonna leave Ford, doesn't say that. Saying it.
You say what's
yeah. But and then going to Audi, and then literally quote, it's all about performance. I love anything that makes me go fast. Okay, cool. I mean, awesome.
Who doesn't?
So it doesn't mention, the article doesn't mention what he's going to be doing with Audi. Audi doesn't say anything about it. All they says is electric. All they say is Audi Sport. Director Julia Seeback just says electrification is a game changer, just like Quattro Drive was. With Ken Block, we've got exciting things in store that go perfectly with our strategy. So as you can imagine, with a big company like Audi, and then a person like Ken that really brand and knows go with his brand, they've got a plan. So there's no question about that. So we just have to kind of wait and see.
I have a question.
We can assume it's going to be pretty cool still.
Right.
He's still going to make videos.
Sure.
But we don't know what it's going to be.
But now for Audi, that makes a great marketing brand for them, because they automatically buy into that entire universe that he's created of followers, right? That's which is massive for them. But the thing is, when I think about what's more sexy, and here's I guess more sexy or more attractive or more performance oriented, I could just blurt out that I would say, well, easily Audi has got more performance cars in their stable. However, with things like the Ford GT and the Shelby, Ford has they have less performance offerings, but they have equally, like, the GT is on the top of its world-class car. So it's like, it's hard to say where that falls in the realm of things, right?
In its class, it's price structure. Yeah. So, I mean, the special vehicle team, all the things that the special vehicles that Ford has done, and some of the videos we've seen of the electrified Focus, was this? Or?
Yeah, no, it was, I think it was electrified Focus.
There's some they're doing some interesting stuff with that too. But just, I mean, we know Ford obviously going just F-150s things. Another conversation. The Mach-E, I mean, Mach-E, let's not talk about that. Because,
I didn't think about that.
But Mustang still being a thing. And then trucks. That's Ford. That's basically what Ford's doing, right? So, and Audi, as we know, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. And they're obviously electrifying multiple things, multiple platforms. So it makes sense for Ken. I don't know. I mean, we have to wait and see exactly what comes out of it. But I think it makes sense for him. Well, obviously it makes sense, sure. Right. But yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, Ford's kind of not doing all their cars, at least domestically, right?
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
Hey, so I'm not sure where the comment, if Dave Cummings is referring to, but it looks pretty unique. I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Maybe the membership program or so. Maybe the comment came in late, but we'll address it. Hey, maybe we want to just clarify that below. So, hey, folks, look, this one's real interesting. Ken Block moving on. I hope for his sake, it's a successful relationship. Really speaks volumes for maybe what Audi's future is for performance. Audi's got a lot of brands that are aligned in their verticals. They do have Audi. They do have Porsche. They do have Lamborghini on the other side of their performance table. And then on the bottom, they got Volkswagen. So who knows? Oh, the Aura. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about the Aura at the end. Don't you?
The Aura is cool looking.
Don't you, we'll you jump ahead, mister.
That's a cool one.
Yeah. So, hey, like, subscribe, follow. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. We're about ready to tackle two more here as Corey brings up something from the Chevrolet stable. But
Mhm.
hey, like, subscribe, follow. Let us know what you think.
Yep.
Be
Cool.
real interesting. Ken Block, new future for him. Wish him the best. So there's that.
Sweet. All
All
right.
right.
So yeah, moving on to the next one real quick here. Not too much to talk about. We'll keep track of this, but it's pretty much hot off the press. It's from CNET, and it's basically saying 2023. It's the first picture from Chevy for the 2023
Mm.
Corvette Z06.
Hmm.
And they say basically it's revealed basically a month before they had planned. For whatever reason, here we go. We got a picture of it.
Psych.
We don't have, there's not anything in here about exactly all the specs. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, going through it, it's the 2023 Z06. It's just that picture, a few pictures here. You can see a little bit change in the front with some aerodynamic stuff. They still mention it's going to have the naturally aspirated engine with the ties to the C8R engine.
Mm.
Again, we don't have specifics exactly what is in it, but we could probably think it's probably, like we said, it's a Z06, so it's going to have V8 engine, beefier brakes, aero kit, all the stuff you see really on the car there too.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the looks of the thing.
Gorgeous.
It still looks like, it's funny. I saw one a few days ago, and again, every time I see it, if I don't get a good look at it first, like kind of just see it in glance, like out of my periphery, I'm like, oh, it looks like a European something, and then I look and I'm like,
And
oh,
it's,
oh, Corvette,
it's
and it
Corvette.
still looks good. I don't downplay it. I'm just, you kind of get used to how the old Corvettes looked, and this says
The way your
which is-
voice dropped, it was like, oh, the Corvette. It's like,
it's
oh,
no, I know. I'm not saying it's a letdown. It's just like you're over there thinking, oh, I see something,
right.
and as you're kind of looking, you're kind of thinking about what you saw, and yeah, they're still cool looking. We saw a picture of the blue one in person at Daytona, and it was really good looking. So,
Pretty car.
but there you go. What do you think, man?
Horsepower, horsepower, horsepower. They didn't say anything about the horsepower numbers yet. And look, we already know that
Yeah, we
this
don't
thing
know.
is doing more. Like right now, the standard packages that they have with, like, I think the Z01 performance package is doing 0 to 60s faster than the old model by almost a second, right? And if this thing gets anywhere near the 650 number that they had in the previous outgoing model, 650
Yep.
horsepower, 650 torque, the weight, the chassis design,
Balance, yeah.
it's gonna be a rocket ship on the track.
Yep.
Now, the complaints that a lot of people do have about the current generation, this generation, is that it tends to be a little front light, I guess is what they're saying. Is it really doesn't, sometimes you have to play with it a little bit more, but they say the balance is there in the car because it's rear engine. But the other part of it is that, hey, you could be looking at the next track monster. And,
Oh, yeah.
But now here's the thing. I left a picture up here because diagnosing basically how the front looks and how the side intake they put a little bit more of a rake to the side intake with that carbon fiber piece over the top.
Yep.
I think I think it looks phenomenal.
It'll be
And
good,
one
yeah.
other thing that I didn't think I'd expect to like, that back wing, the way it tapers off, I think looks a little cleaner.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah. They're probably playing. I mean, it could be possibly an arrow choice. I mean, the way the arrow would come just over those intakes over the rear quarters,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to go right off the tail and right over those that extra bit of. It makes sense. Yeah, it's very visually appealing. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, I expected something different, I guess, but I guess maybe not different enough. So good for them.
Yeah,
Hey,
cool.
it's gonna be real interesting. And obviously whatever they do here is gonna be, make it to the ongoing race car performance packages. So we'll
Yeah,
see
yeah.
for those body formation changes to change and so on and so forth. Cool.
Yep.
That was
Good-
just a quick
good
one.
there. Good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
good.
cool. Yeah, you guys know the drill. Please like, share, subscribe. Very much appreciated. Hit the bell down there too to notify when we live and post new stuff.
There you go.
Thanks.
Awesome.
And Brad's got a quick question.
Yeah, I think he
question
does.
too.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Brad in chat's asking. So will Ken be able to bring over ideas from Ford?
No.
I think on my own thought there, just about Ken Block in particular. Ken brings his own ideas to his projects.
Mhm.
Ken brings the Ken Block ideas to the projects, and whereas he kind of gets the base car from whoever he's working with now, Audi, and then kind of rips it apart and does Ken blocks it, right? But of course now we're talking electrification, so I don't see Ken taking apart the electric motors and like doing their own thing to it unless that's really where he's going with that.
No.
You know what I mean? So
No.
custom built engines for his designs, which he's done in his past videos. I don't see that really being a thing with electric yet. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Ken will do that. but that's I don't know.
Well,
So
they took that Ford Mach-E just before I guess
I don't know.
in the middle of last summer or late last summer, they took that Ford Mach-E and they went and they made it into a drift version,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they paraded that thing around a lot. But I guess the one of the things that popped in my head is that forget about the what he brings for the electric motors and his own designs. He changed car culture from basically, if you were a Forza fan for video games, he put Forza games like Forza Horizon on the map because he made people want to take open road kind of driving and take it a little bit more seriously as part of the experience, which,
Yeah,
I think the guys, you're right. He's got enough brilliant ideas in his
yeah,
own that he
yeah,
brings Ken Block to the
yeah,
equation, which
yeah.
is Ken Block.
Which is exactly.
I mean, that's,
Yeah.
the guys
So
that going to jump a helicopter in a car and it's going to be Ken Block. So, yeah,
I
exciting
think so.
enough. So, okay,
Cool.
there you go. All right, this last one. The reason why we saved this one for last is because it's pretty gorgeous, and this
cool.
comes from obviously New Atlas, which is one of the places we've been getting a lot of information from lately. It's absolutely gorgeous, and there's a quick rundown of this vehicle that I think you guys all should check out. Go check out the links below. Read for yourself because here it is. Basically, a team that had nothing to do. The Aurora Roadster cars basically is what they're building as a brand here. They decided that they would go all out, and during the pandemic, they didn't have much to do, and they built a concept car. Basically, this thing is called the brand new Aura. And without further ado, actually, we'll just go back and we'll just show you the images from this one because they're gorgeous. Okay, this thing is flat out gorgeous. Let's give you some of the details. They have an 88 kilowatt battery. They split it between two battery packs that are laid lower in the subframe, which is 44 kilowatts each. They didn't give any engine details right now. Okay?
Yeah, extra outputs. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't tell you what that's going to be yet, but it's rear wheel drive. It's got a neutral weight distribution, which I'm assuming is going to be 50-50. So they're saying that it's lightweight and it uses natural fiber composite. Okay, so to basically do their whole thing here. But the other part of it is that it's drop dead gorgeous, and they say it's going to have a 400 mile range.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they do say that there's a special mode in there where they can put it into a limp mode, which only uses 22 kilowatt hours. Okay, and the thing will drive for like 4 hours at 22 kilowatt hours, right?
Yeah.
To reach that. But I guess the thing that basically comes along with this conversation is it's the concept. And the concept itself is absolutely flat out drop dead gorgeous. It pays homage to some of the most road going classic vehicles that we've ever seen. And to see somebody take this like they've taken the Audi Legend, basically, revitalized a classic Audi, Group B in rally car. People are taking, the embodiment of old style cars and putting new electrics in it, or taking the same thing and going, boom,
Yep.
this is gorgeous. So, what do you think, Corey? What's your take on this bad boy?
Yeah. As we have really become accustomed to knowing that electric motors provide instantaneous torque and a bit of different performance feel than your traditional like internal combustion engine cars. I have to think exactly like they talk about in this article, that it'll be kind of like an old, like a remade MG or a Spitfire. If you're familiar with those cars, how well those cars handled when they were set up to do so. Again, we know they didn't quite have the power that, of course, this will have. But take the ad idea, take something that's kind of that size and that weight, a little bit less weight, of course, right? It's going to be quite nimble, but then put electric motors in with instantaneous torque, and then you probably got a big smile on your face as you're driving it down the street. And that's really what I'm thinking too. I think this will be a driver's car, right? I think this will be, if you want to go out on a drive somewhere just to enjoy driving, maybe not a road trip, but just driving. I think this would be an amazing solution. Yeah, I'm just pretty interested to learn more. It looks really nice, and I can imagine just that it handles really well. Drives nice. So, and it has a lot of just basic creature comforts. Mike was mentioning some of those basic things there, but it is going to have a glass touchscreen in the middle, like we kind of have seen on many new cars.
Cool.
That'll have nav and other things. Your interface with your car through that screen there. If you look at the inside, I know it's just a concept, but it's pretty minimalistic. Again, not to go against, like we said, with just your like minimalist, very good driver cars. Take all that weight out that you don't like need, and you get something like this, and it's really cool. Yeah, I like it.
Beyond that, the steering wheel concept that they have here is also really neat because they have another touchscreen built into the center of the steering wheel, which is, I think, adds to another dynamic of basically giving you more driver
Yeah.
information
Yeah. What do you need? Like,
directly at your
there.
fingertips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. So you can go into this buttonless concept. The other thing about it they're talking about here is this is how they split these battery packs and put them below the subframe, and they're talking about the long range efficiency. This is all via their website, which is fantastic. It really goes in depth into
Quite
how
good,
they
yeah.
made this thing look and feel and what they're basically looking for as far as the future. Um, they're saying follow the story. I anticipate that with the partners that they've got, that this thing will see some sort of level of production.
Very cool.
So that'll be really cool for those who are interested. And I think the biggest thing is it shows that we're moving, I think, past the concept where EVs are in the Prius or the hybrid, look where they're not really considered sexy, and people are saying, you know what, we can make an EV that's like way sexier and fits the same old niche that we found in the 1960s and the 1930s and 1920s performance vehicles that
Mhm.
no one really not at least the 1940s and 50s
Right.
performance vehicles that people got excited about. I
Yep.
think. I think that's good for the aesthetic. I think overall for the marketplace, because I think it's going to attract more people towards the comfortable range of what EVs will mean for our future. So yeah, cool. I
Yeah.
think it's
Super
really
cool.
unique.
Yeah.
So I guess they call this
Very
other
cool.
one Conjure, is the interfacing the future, something that they put in here.
Conjure.
Conjure.
Yeah.
I try to make it sound more
That's the fancy version.
the fancy Conjure, my friends. Looks great though.
Yeah.
Cloud connected in real time is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Cool.
With your phone and everything. Yeah, it'll be
Yep.
very cool. Yeah, it is very cool.
Very nice stuff.
What do you guys think you'd want to pay for something like this, right? Watching this, like, what do you
Ooh.
think? I hope, as we're talking about this, I was thinking, as Mike was talking, I was like, I hope it doesn't go so bespoke and so one-off that it's not like some concept cars we've seen that have very cool, like you said, the remade Legend, super cool.
Right.
Not going to be very many of them, and the prices, I think they actually were all spoken for anyway by the time
Yes.
we heard about it. So it was kind of like, so I hope this isn't so one-off that it's unattainable by not the masses, but like a decent amount of production, right?
Right.
I don't know. We'll have to see.
We will have to check it out. And look, I mean, I guess the biggest thing for us is, yeah, will we ever see one on the roads, on the regular basis?
Yeah, in
and
person.
get
Yeah,
your
I
hands
mean,
on one, and how far it makes it through its production cycle. But again, perusing their website, they did a great job with it. So we're going to keep an eye on it, see what happens. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. If this can be the instant classic of the EV world, what they're expecting it to be, and let us know what you think the price could be. And we'll look forward to seeing your comments below and continue the conversation. So thanks, like, subscribe, and let us know. So we got another conversation going on here. David Cummings came back about what do we think about Aptera?
Aptera. Yeah.
So we had another person ask this question as well a while back ago, and we did do a video on Aptera.
Seems to be a hot subject.
It seems to be a very hot subject, and I think the biggest thing is with Aptera, we got into a couple of discussions about where we think their marketplace is going to be going. I think their reservations are open now, which is
That is.
which
Yep.
is available.
Yep.
And I guess the
They
biggest thing is
are.
their design is going with, this basic one shell monocoque design with all the exterior components hanging off the sides. And I think it's a fantastic concept. It sounds like to me that they've got a sound business strategy.
Yep.
Again, the biggest concern I think that I put out there in chat for a bit there is that it has to stand up to the daily use, and it has to make its way through the structures that are already in place. And it looks like it's going to be a lightweight monocoque design going up against cars that are fairly hefty and body on frame or unibody design, which presents challenges. So, but it looks gorgeous.
Yeah. No, I know. Like I said, we covered it in a previous video, and yeah, I personally I'm still interested in the Aptera. The price looks good. The technology looks like it's pretty well integrated. I am definitely interested in it. It's kind of the same thing as Mike said too. Just we know that we know that the car is built quite safe, right? We understand that. I guess we just want to elaborate on our reasoning for saying we just hope that these cars that are all made to be really light are thinking, also knowing that they're going to be sharing the road with let's call them legacy vehicles.
Yeah.
Right? ICE vehicles that are legacy, that are older vehicles, but are heavy, right? Heavier vehicles, and they're made to hit stuff made with all the crumple zones and all the newer ideas in how cars are developed.
Right.
And so if you got a big car that's got steel panels, not steel, metal panels, and it's just, I don't know, old Silverado or something. It's just big and heavy. And it runs into this. There's gonna be, we just don't want to see how physics might play out. With a lot of mass, not as much mass,
Right.
at highway speeds.
So it's a concern.
That's all. And I mean, of course, you could say that about anything. People talking about the smart car. If you remember the smart car,
Mm-hmm.
not back in the day. It's still obviously out there, but I've seen less of them lately. But the smart car was a smaller design car, very well safely designed as far as how it did. I think it was designed actually by
Right.
but it was the same kind of thing. Like, okay, I know it's very safe, but you don't want to get hit by a freaking anything is big and heavy. Same old thing. I don't want to say we're singling that out at Terra for a poor design, because it's definitely not what we're saying. Just concerns for any of these new vehicles that are a bit lighter and made more smartly in a way, but still want to be conscious of what's still out on the road. It is.
Right. And I guess David brought up another comment here that the Polestar 3 is way better in his opinion.
Oh,
Look,
yeah.
The Polestar 3, basically it's a continuation of Volvo almost than their aesthetic for electric vehicles. I know that I've read a few things on it that it has gotten great reviews, and the people that have looked at it and basically saying that it's basically the best competitor to a Tesla Model 3, if not even maybe a little bit more electronically advanced. However, we still got to see it make sales, right? That's the biggest thing. So, and until there's actually some getting out there and on the road, what are we going to know about what they actually do when they deliver these things? I don't really know.
Isn't the Polestar 3 competing with like not so much the Tesla 3, but more like the Y, or like not
Y.
X can.
Right.
Isn't the Polestar 3 is like 75?
I believe.
Isn't that right?
I'm trying to look for the numbers on it right now. So
guys in chat, isn't the Polestar 3 like 75,000?
We'd have to do more research on it because
I
I've read it, but I didn't read it to the depth and the detail where I would probably say I know everything about it. I've seen it in passing, and it looks like they're going to generate 408 horsepower, 487 pounds of torque, and a range of 249 miles. If that was their first offering, but this is the second one, so it's sharing the assembly line with the S60 and the next generation XC90. So I'd have to do a little bit more. Actually, no, 375 horsepower to the front wheels. Let's see, and that's the no. I don't know. Got to do more research on it. Maybe that's what we got to look into, the new Polestar.
Yeah, we can make a note of that. We can talk about that next show.
We can do that.
Down. Yeah.
Polestar it is.
The new Polestar. Yeah, I know we've mentioned the 2, but I don't think we haven't talked about the 3.
Yep.
Cool.
So we'll check it out.
Excellent.
We'll see what the deal is there.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, David. You're always a good source of information and great source in chat, and you keep us contemporary. Thank you, sir. All good. All right. I got nothing else to offer today.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I am good as well. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate the support again, and let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll back more information to you come Wednesday. So take care. Have a good one. We'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Roscoe says bye.
See ya.
Roscoe.
Rescue Ranger.
That's the dog. If you're unfamiliar who Roscoe is, it's the dog. He's on the couch, relaxing, chilling. And Beats brought to you by one Harris Heller.
Thank you again, Harris.
Thanks, Harris. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. We'll check you out real soon. Have a good one.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.